Alejandro, I really appreciate you letting us come and see all of this. We got to tour this yesterday, and your story is just incredible. And we want to share your story with as many people as possible. And so let's start at a young age. Like, where were you born? Just kind of take us through everything from when you were a little kid up until where you are today. And then I'll probably throw some questions in while you're talking.
Okay. Well, see, first of all, I wanna thank you guys because you guys are taking your time for coming over here. I mean, over here, like we are all homeless, and then we used to have a house at some point of our lives, but for our bad decisions, for drugs and alcohol and all that, so we lost our home and everything. And see, actually, I always wanted to write a book of my life,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna start with this. When I was at the age of 13, I was like, I was a teenage, and then, but since I was younger, like 3, 4, 5 years, like that, um, I was watching my dad. He was an alcoholic, and kind of like sometimes beating up my mom, so I ran away, from the house, and then I just started doing drugs. Uh, I and,
So you
and
started doing drugs when you were 13?
yeah, when I was 13, I started using. There was like I don't know how to say in English, but there was this jello stuff that it calls 5,000 glue, and I used to. It's like a spray paint or like
Oh
that,
yeah,
but but
so it could be like huffing paint, huffing glue,
yeah,
like so sniffing glue.
yeah, sniffing glue, but it was like so I started using that, and then marijuana, and then all that, and then I don't know if it's kind of hard to say this, but see, then when I was on the streets, and I was a gangster, and at the age of when I was 21, my mom, she used to have a grocery store. She used to have a grocery store, and then was a guy went to assault
Hmm.
like my mom's store, and then at that point, well, I grew up. I was 21, but I was still in a gang in Ensenada. I was born in Ensenada, and then my sister, there was my little sister, and my little brother right there. So I fight with this knife, to make this long story short, and I fight with this guy with a knife, and then I killed this guy, and I went to Ensenada prison, and that time they give me 5 years, 2 months sentence, because it was self-defense.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't like, like I was planning to kill that person or nothing like
yeah.
that, but it was a matter of survival, because it was my little brother, my little sister, and then after I got this guy out of the store, uh, in front of our house, then this guy followed me, and uh, he was upset because he couldn't get his thing where he wants, money or beers or whatever. And then we fight, and then, well, it was like I was all scared. I was all scared, because that was something that I never expect to do, that
Yeah,
or that to happen in my life.
yeah.
But see, so we start fighting, and then he was about to kill me, and then I remember I remember he throw with a knife like this to me, and then I went like this, and then he got my this little finger. It was like hanging.
Yeah.
It was hanging and bleeding a lot, but I was still like worrying, fighting for my survival, and scared and everything. So I went to Ensenada prison.
So they put you in prison even though it was self-defense.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that normal? Do they normally do that, or was that a was that a large sentence, a large time for that kind of crime.
No, that's actually a short sentence for
Okay.
yeah, that was the minimum sentence for that because he was self defense,
Yeah.
and I don't got so we don't got the money to pay a lawyer and all that, so
Yeah.
I have to do that. But see, when I got released of that, I went to their family and to say that like I'm not gonna be like running away. I'm over here, whatever you guys want to do and everything. And they said, no, you know what? At the beginning, we wanted to kill you, and then they pay some money inside prison, so they kill me when the as soon as I arrived prison, and then over there, I have to fight for my survival also, and I fight with one of the roughest guy and over there, the tough guy in the prison. So they respect me.
Yeah.
And I remember that time I even peed my pants, man. I was so scared.
Oh, I bet.
I was so scared, and a lot of people with knives and everything, and they wanted to kill me. Uh, and anyways, so I got my respect right there. But when I got released, though, when I got released, I went to their family to say, well, I already pay whatever the law gave me, or but I'm here. I'm not gonna mm, be hiding.
Yeah.
And and I remember that lady said, Alex, we the first at the beginning wanted to kill you, but we know it wasn't your mistake. It was my son's mistake, and that's already been years and everything. So whatever we do, he's not gonna come back to life.
Yeah.
And I know you're gonna defend yourself just in case, because it's a matter of survival. Like even you or you, if you got your kids in your home, and if there's a snake or something, or someone wanted to hurt your daughter or your son or your wife,
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna do everything in your power so
Absolutely.
to defend your family.
Yeah.
And so because it's a matter of survival.
Yeah.
And
Well, and I believe that God wants us to be able to protect ourselves and to protect our family. So, I mean, I think what you did is exactly what you should have done.
see, and at that time, I was just like scared
Yeah.
because I was afraid of my little sister and my little brother. I was 21 years, and then my brother Daniel, he was 19, and my sister Beva, she was 17 on that time because we for 2 years. Uh, so when I got released, there was a member of the other gang, and they wanted to kill me. The family and the law, well, I paid my years, and the family forgive me, but the gangsters, how do you say, the rival gang,
Yeah, the rival gang. Yeah.
uh-huh, they they don't forgive me. They wanted to kill me. So I was in some place downtown Ensenada, and they start throwing knives on me, like, and then they hit me one over here, and then another one over here, another one over here, and I was all scared. So I just say, hey man, I don't want no trouble.
Yeah.
What I did, the family forgive me. I believe God forgive me, and I pay the law. So why you guys are trying to kill me? It's not even your relative or your blood. No, but he was from our gang. So oh man. So then I ran. They wanted to kill me, and I ran to a taco stand, and I grab a knife. So I fight with a knife, and I kill another guy. But why I'm telling you this? Because at some point, this time they give me 10 years, 7 months in Ensenada prison again.
Yeah.
And why I'm telling you this? Because at some point in my life, I thought I was born to kill, and then and then there was a lot of drugs inside prison and gangs, and the Border Brothers, the Southsider 13, the Northern 14, and a lot of gangs and a lot of drugs inside. Because the system, they don't got the control of the inmates on that time.
Yeah.
Now there's more control.
Okay.
Uh, and and then I went inside prison, my second homicide. So they put me as a leader of 300 inmates in one block, one section. And I was, one time I was thinking because there was a lot of heroin, cocaine, beers, marijuana, pills, and 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 alcohol inside prison
Yeah.
at that time. I'm talking back in the days like around 1995. And actually, my second time that I was right there was 1987. 1987. But anyways, why I'm telling you this, because at some point when I was over there, I thought thought I was born to kill, and I was strong on heroin.
Yeah.
I was strong on heroin for 14 and a half years, and and and, and then I was still using heroin inside prison. But at some point, I was like praying to God, and I say, "Hey, Jesus, I know a lot of people telling me since I was a little kid, and that Jesus could change my life since I was a gangster, since I was a teenager, since I was on the streets and everything,
Yeah.
that Jesus could change my life, that I should go to Jesus before it's too late for me."
Yeah.
But I never understand, or I never pay attention on that. Why? Because I was using drugs and alcohol, and I just wanted to party and all that. So, uh,
So you've always believed in God.
yeah, something inside of me was telling me that God exists, and my mom, she was a Christian, and since I was a kid, she was always telling us about God and this and that. But I will always, oh, mom, I respect that, but I don't. Something inside of me was telling me that God exists,
Yeah.
that and He shows me in a lot of different ways that He was on my side.
Yeah. Can you think back to the first time that he answered one of your prayers?
Yeah, I remember when I was like it was like 15 and a half years, 15 or 16. That was my age, and there was a lot of police that came to the barrio over there in Ensenada, and getting everybody, like to jail because we was uh, doing smoking marijuana in the corners and painting the walls, and this is my barrio, blah blah blah. So they took a lot of us inside the juvenile prison, but they used to treat us. They don't care if it was juvenile. On that time, Mexico is a hard place, a lot of corruption and a lot of torture and everything. Now they don't torture that much because the human rights. But
Yeah.
before, oh man, it was like hard. And then there was getting everybody out and boom 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 pa, pa, hitting them and everything. And I was like, I was always scared
Yeah.
because that was my first experience behind bars, and then I used to hear the guys next door. They take him and and all that, no? And then uh, I remember one time uh, they they uh, they put me. That was another story when I was like around 18. They take my clothes away and everything, and they put a lot of water on me, and they put my eyes. They cover my eyes, and they say to my ear, "Hey, you recognize this?" And there was like
Yeah.
electricity. Oh, and they put me electricity, and I was
Yeah.
It was hard, man.
That was when you were 15, or that was later on?
That was later on, like
Okay.
around 18. When I was
Yeah.
15, that was answering you question the first time. that God answered my prayers.
Yeah.
I was so scared when I was 15, and I told him, oh man, and I go, I was hearing my little homeboys and all of them like being tortured by the federal police, and I was saying, hey God, help me, I don't, I was scared because there was like, and now the next one and the next one, and beating all the youngsters, and then and I told, you know, don't let this happen,
Yeah.
and then they went to everybody there but me. They don't hit me on that time.
Wow.
And that was my first time that I have, let's say, communication with God, and He answered my prayer.
Yeah.
That was my first time that
Wow.
He did. And then now when I was over there, I told I to I wanted to quit the habit on heroin, but I was already 33 years old inside prison. I was in my second homicide around there. I don't remember exactly, but in my second homicide, that's when I when I told God, hey, help me. I just want to change. I don't want this life anymore.
Yeah.
And then that was my experience that I had right there when I was praying, and I was sick for a doses of heroin, like I was saying yesterday. And I felt that they got these two fingers and put it in the electricity, and then a lot of energy inside of me. And I was feeling like I was walking like this from the floor. It was like something amazing because I never experienced that. Real honestly, I not even in all my crazy lifetimes and a lot of different experience on drugs and everything. I had trips.
Yeah.
But I never experienced something like that because actually that was real, pues. The
Yeah.
other things, it was just fake because of the drugs.
Yeah.
Just how do you say, hallucination?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yeah, hallucinations
Yeah.
and you're saying it right, trips, like the trips, almost like journeys, but
Hmm.
so that was the first time that you felt something you could say supernatural,
Yeah.
but real because you weren't on the drugs.
Hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
So how old were you when that happened with the electricity and the feeling like you were floating?
The electricity?
Yeah, like when you got that answer from God, is that when you were 18 or was
No,
that later on?
no, that was I was already doing 10 years and months for my
Okay.
second homicide inside
Okay.
prison. I was around 33.
30.
Around
Oh, I
that.
remember that from yesterday. You said 33.
See?
I thought that was interesting, an interesting age because Christ was 33 when he was crucified. I hope I'm not saying that wrong. I think he was 33.
See, I think I never realized that, but that's true. And the Bible says that when he been doing all that he doing, and then when they crucified him, he was 33 years
Yeah.
old.
So that's an interesting
Huh?
coincidence.
I know.
Probably not a coincidence.
I never realized that, real honestly. But I remember that that's in the Bible too. And I remember I was that age because I was counting the years. Hey man, 10 years, 7 months, and this, and another year, and then I was turning another year, and I remember that.
So when you got out of prison that time, after you've had that second very powerful answer, how did you change your life after that?
Actually, I changed my life inside prison when I was 33. That I prayed to God and everything, and then it was that time I was strung out on heroin inside prison. I used to be 14 and a half years strung on heroin, and and that was my first time after 14 and a half years that I quit the habit inside prison. I was a leader of 300 inmates, like I said, and then there was a pilot program inside prison that he, that used to be called Second Chance, and then and then I don't want to be in the crazy life, and I went to study as a student on that. They used to have courses like ups and downs in life, how to change conditions in life, learning how to learn, and personal values through integrity, and
Yeah.
all of that. And and I decided to change my life, and I went to participate on that program. And as a student, then I I I went to participate in the program, and I did all the courses as a student inside prison, and then after I did all the courses, they I did technique courses as a supervisor of the books, and in charge of sauna and ethics officer, and as until they put me as internal director of the Second Chance program inside,
Yeah.
which by the way, I thank God, and I thank Nancy Dana and Rick Pendery and Joy Westrom, because they helped me a lot when I was an inmate. Actually, after I got released, they 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 hired me to put these kind of programs inside in prison of San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Albuquerque, New Mexico. But see, but mainly I thank God, because that's when I have a personal relation with Jesus, and then I was taking advantage of participating in crime prevention and drug abuse program inside prison. But I was how do you say, praying the gospel inside too,
Yeah. Preaching the gospel.
preaching the gospel. Yeah, and it was great for me. But after that, like I a lot of things happened, and after 14 and a half years uh, being strung out on heroin, I end up being clean of drugs for 11 years, and after 20 years of smoking cigarettes, I was 9 years that I don't smoke cigarettes
Yeah.
before nicotine, and it was great. But real honestly, that was when when I tell you I got married with my wife, and then uh, I lost my wife. I realized that I love her, but the the drugs and alcohol. So I went back to drugs, and I ended up being an alcoholic, and I ended up being homeless. So that's when I decided. My wife, she went to Florida, and then I was like, I couldn't forgive myself for the damage that I did to her and everything, and I couldn't forgive myself. And I'm sure God forgave me, and I'm sure she forgave me too, but I couldn't forgive myself. It was like a miserable feeling.
Yeah.
And I turned out being an alcoholic and homeless. I was eating out of the trash cans like 3 months without taking a shower. I was like living in a state, animal state. Like it was like, but uh, I pray to God, and I tell, hey, well, I already know what you always been with me, and I'm sorry because I did wrong, and then I stopped at some point in my life. I stopped practicing principles,
Yeah.
but I wanna come back to you. Forgive me, and the rest of my life I'm gonna dedicate to serve you, God, and serve the human being. So 9 years ago, I came over here to the valley, and I was went to a rehab, and then I rehabilitate myself again. I stand up on my feet again, thanks Jesus, and I was going for 3 years. For 3 years after my rehabilitation, being a volunteer minister for the kids in the orphanage, local orphanage here in Guadalupe Valley. It was a huge feeling, like I said, because I mean nobody trusts me, like because of course I understand that because I was a criminal, I was a drug addict, I was an alcoholic, I was a gangster and all that, and I ended up losing everything, my wife, my freedom, my self-respect, and everybody goes away when I was walking on the street. And now these two directors, the marriage couple right there, they opened the doors on me
Yeah.
to go, and it was they give me the keys of the van and everything to go take the kids to school and then go pick them back and everything. I was worth to trust. It was a great feeling. It was a great feeling again. And here I am now.
Yeah. So can you tell us what you do here?
Well, right here, um, when I first started over here, we opened doors 3 years ago, and right here I was, at the beginning I was watching dishes, I was cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the homeless, and cleaning the yard and everything. Now I got some people from the homeless that they, how do you say, grateful.
Yeah, they're grateful for what you've done, and they're helping out.
Yeah, and they helping out. And then what I'm doing here is just like, uh, well, helping the people, serving God first of all, and Jesus, he when he came over here to the planet, he was serving us, and he couldn't be served because he was a king. And but he let us a huge aprendizaje, and then he led us a legacy and his steps for us to follow him. He was doing great things, he was helping out, he was doing a lot of things, and then that's actually what I'm doing right here, following the steps of Jesus Christ, and helping people in needs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing actually. And people that, even if it's a drug addict, an alcoholic, or person that doesn't have no place to live, so we take him over here and give him a place to live, and 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 provide food for them. A lot of people they help us with food and this and that, and what we could get together, so we share, and and it's a great feeling for me because, like I said before, on that time I thought I was born to kill, but now I realize that I was born to serve.
Yeah.
and
I
it's
love that.
and it's great. It's
Yeah.
great because it makes me grow as a person,
Yeah.
and it stay me out of trouble, drugs, and alcohol, because what I'm doing here gives me power to go ahead.
Yeah. And
See?
a purpose, a very
Exact,
powerful purpose.
exactly. I think I really believe, and for my experience in life, I'm 58 years old. From experience, I believe that if we got a purpose in life, actually, actually, we all got a purpose in life. Now it's time for us to find which is our purpose.
Yeah.
But telling you this, if every human being on the planet operates, and first of all, in faith and believing in Jesus Christ, and believing God and everything, that's the first number one fundamental thing. And the other thing is that to succeed in life, we all need to have a purpose in life, operating purpose, operating faith, purpose, obedience, and targets and goals.
Yeah.
Targets and goals. And that's actually, great, because we need to have a purpose in life. We need to have a target and goals, and that's the only thing. And we
Is that? Oh, sorry. Is that what success looks like to you? So, el éxito es, ¿cómo se ve el éxito?
Uh, Actually, that's I, 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 I believe and I see it that way because see, my purpose now is stay out of drugs and crime and alcohol, and help all these people that goes around that comes with no place and everything, and for me, it's just like before I used to think differently, but now I see that, I mean, everything you see, we own it. But at the end, we don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Because when we live over here, we're not going to take nothing. But if we look for the kingdom of God first, anything you need is going to be in your way. I don't know how to say this.
Yeah, no, you're saying it great. Yeah.
But when you do that, and especially, when you do things from your heart, everything that you really want 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 to do, or want to be, is gonna be, uh, you're gonna be able to do it because you're doing it from the bottom of your heart.
Yeah.
And that's actually, I see success in my life now because look, I don't wake up like all sick for a doses of heroin or for alcohol or for any kind of drugs. Now I wake up, and then I pray, and I thank for another day to play.
Yeah.
And I go do something to better the place for the people that are here or the ones that are coming.
Yeah.
And this is great.
You live to serve.
Exactly.
I love that.
And I like it.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference because, real honestly, I used to have a lot of jobs. I used to have different jobs, but but none of them makes me feel complete,
Yeah.
inside of me, and feel like that, because it's not a matter of have money, have properties, cars, or whatever. I mean, everything is, even the money. The money. I see the money like, for me, money is like energy that moves the world.
Yeah.
Because if you got money, you could put gas in your car, you could go to a place, and if you got money, you could buy a house. If you got money, you could send your kids to school, buying clothes and everything, and it's a very important part. Speaking of survival,
Yeah.
uh, but money is just like energy that moves the world, and then, like I said, it's good because you gotta pay bills, electricity, water, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
food to eat and everything. But it's not what it really gives you the happiness.
Yeah.
And what we're looking for right here is to be happy, to have mental health,
Yep.
and have all your emotions and your and stabilize. How do you say?
Yeah.
In
Stabilized.
stabilize,
Yeah.
and basically enjoy life.
Yeah.
Enjoy life, and you know what? And you got a lot of potential. You got a lot of potential. We all do got a lot of potential. The the point is right here is what we are doing with our potential. And
Yeah.
then I used to waste my time, and see, I don't got a time to waste anymore.
Yeah.
So the rest of my life, I'm gonna dedicate it to continue doing this because it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Very honestly.
No, you're doing just amazing work, and it's it makes us feel good to come and see someone who's passionate about helping the world, and we can see what you've done here, starting off with just this trailer, and now you've got housing, and you've got a kitchen, and you're building the detox center. Like, you're changing the world.
Actually, I think that something can be done about it, but here's the important part. Like, like see all the people like you are the ones that like are, because you guys are very important part of this, because see, even if I got a good heart, first of all we gotta thank God, you know, we
Yeah.
gotta thank Jesus, that gave us steps to follow, and and then I gotta thank you guys, because even if I got a good intention heart, and better way of things than before, I couldn't make this happen if it's not for you guys' help. Because real honestly, well, I don't got the sources. I don't got the sources. But see, like for example, uh, uh, the, this group that you guys are coming, like the other day, they help us to buy blocks and
Hmm.
cement and that, and then we do that, and any help that people, you know, could do for this kind of how do you say, obras,
Works.
for this kind of works. I mean, that's, we together we are changing.
Yeah.
We were changing the like you say, we could change the world, we could change the community, we could change the society, and then and even our lives change. Because if you don't, it's good, like you say, going back to the war purpose. It's good for every human being to have a purpose in life.
Yeah.
And but see, sometimes we all need someone to help. You know what I mean? Because uh, mm, it's just like that. You know, like um, you do one thing, she do one thing, I do one thing, they do one thing. Everybody does a little thing, and it's different things.
Yeah.
But the important part right here is that we all working together for the same kingdom,
Yeah.
and that's what it really matters, you know,
Yeah.
that we all work together for the same kingdom, because at the end we're gonna have a reward,
Yeah.
and it's great, you know. I believe in all of that. I believe what the Bible says. I believe what Jesus says, and now I believe it myself, because before I don't believe myself.
Yeah.
I don't believe myself until I discovered that I had a potential, that I got qualities, virtues, values as all human beings, and this is the great thing, you know. We all got um, uh, our, let's say, our negative side and our positive side,
Yeah.
but the good part over here is that we need to, when negative thoughts are right here, over here, so negative thoughts here, so
Yeah.
we gotta put positive thoughts here,
Yeah.
and then we change first the way we think, then this come over here, and then we do actions from our heart, and this is great, because everything is connecting, you know. um,
Yeah.
Everything is connected, you know, like mind, our sentimentals, emotions, energy,
Yeah.
and any sentimentals is equal or a different emotion.
Hmm.
When we angry, is a different emotion and a different energy. When you're happy, it's a different sentimental
Yeah.
and
Feeling.
feeling.
Yeah.
There's a different emotion and a different energy. So we gotta stabilize our energy, you know,
Yeah.
canalize it, or how do you say, something like,
Yeah. Like you could say stabilize or equalize.
yeah, see, stabilize, equalize, or, you know, like sometimes, you know, my particles in the mind, they're one here, one here, one here. Hey, I gotta put each particle in the
Yeah.
place, so we,
Oh, are you saying like
Alchemize.
replace anger with happiness, or replace? What were you saying?
Alchemize.
Alchemize?
Like alchemy. Emotional alchemy a little bit.
Could be. Yeah.
But
What?
there's another word too.
Yeah, there is another word, but do you know what? So alchemy in English. I don't know what it would be in Spanish. My Spanish is not that great.
No, no, no.
But I think you're making complete sense. So we're essentially like kind of equalizing emotions or replacing maybe anger. You're replacing it with happiness.
Yeah, that would could be a translation. And have the control of our emotions,
Yeah.
because I mean you could get angry, and then this is an example, eh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use both of your husband and wife, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's say you're angry with your wife,
Yeah.
and you wanted to hit her, or she's angry with you, and she wanted to hit you.
Yeah.
Okay, you could think about it because it's your thoughts. You got the right to have your own thoughts, but just think it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
And whenever there's something wrong, I think we all human beings we gotta operate on this, like like uh bet. Let me see how to traduce these words.
What word is it in
Es
Spanish?
afinidad, realidad y comunicación. Okay, you guys have to use affinity, you have to use reality, and you have to use communication. It's a triangle of life.
Okay.
It's like affinity and reality. Okay, whatever is happening, you guys gotta step. That's a reality. What is happening or something, and use affinity, but the most important corner of this triangle is communication. So you guys always use communication to fix any to have find an optimal solutions instead of being no, you're guilty or you're guilty or you're wrong or you're wrong. No, let's look not for guilties or wrongs. Let's use for optimal solution here.
Yeah.
And if we use communication, I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying.
It does make sense. Yeah. It's great. I love that. I will
See,
communicate better with my wife.
it's just like because they're always real honestly. Hey, hello, we're in real life.
Yeah.
And we got different feelings and emotions and everything. So but always if you use communication, I mean you're gonna find an optimal solution. And right here is not a matter of that you're gonna win or you're gonna win. No, you both gotta win
Yeah.
through communication. You
Yeah.
guys will always win because you guys gonna look for optimal solutions. Not that's what we should look always. Not look for who's guilty or who's not or no.
Yeah.
Solutions that gives you uh, the benefit for.
Yeah. How can we all rise? How can we all get better? How can we all mejorar?
There you go. Because we're human beings and we're not perfect, and we always gonna make mistakes or that, but we always could be better people, better persons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how can people help here? How can they donate to what you're doing? How can we best help you?
But right here, the mainly thing that we need, is like food or materials to to build. Um, because we got projects right here, like for example, I want after I finish the detox area, and then we're gonna finish the women's section,
Yeah.
because I want the women's that there's a lot of women on the streets too, that they don't got a place to live, or like this woman, and they deserve, their own space, so they get their privacy.
Yeah.
And but basically is about food or materials to build. And well, if you guys, it's either you guys buy the materials or help us with the energy, like I said,
Yep.
to buy the materials.
For sure.
It's because it's just like before I when I started this ministerio, I used to work for 1,500 pesos a month, and I was paying rent over here, and I had three people.
Yeah.
But right now, it's just like I cannot go myself and work because I gotta cook, I gotta this, I gotta take care of this, I gotta build, I gotta clean, I gotta paint, I gotta, you know, there's a lot of things. And then right there, we wanna build our little church,
Yeah.
and then like a medical small room because I got a Christian doctor that he wants to come and check everybody at least every 15 days, so they see like if I got something, they got something, got something. So,
Yeah.
and it's another good thing that I wanna be able to create, you know, a consultorio médico for the doctor to come and see everybody.
Yep. Well, we're going to do our best to get this out to as many people as possible, and we're planning on coming back. I'm not sure when we're going to come back, but it will be soon. And I know the other group is coming back in April, and we're going to bring some blocks later on today. And we'll just keep in contact, and any fundraising money that we raise, we can send back with David in April.
Okay, thanks a lot. I really appreciate that because that that way, you know, um, I was praying, you know, and I know God is answering us. He's answering to you guys because the groups that comes over here, like some a group, he helped us to fix the roof.
Yeah.
Another one helped us to buy, not inside here though, pero in the top.
Yep.
Because it used to be a lot of rain.
Yeah.
And if you wanna see up there, pero there's materials that they put brand new. This one, at least we're not gonna get wet. We're not gonna get wet like all the recent rainy season. But and they help us to build another group. Help us to build the kitchen, and then the detox, like Marilyn and David.
Mm-hmm.
This is the group that is helping me to build the women's section.
Yeah.
See, and it's great, you know. Whoever could help, you know, is is for me is huge, and it's another prayer answered by God.
Yeah.
because see, I'm watching the hand of God over here because uh, I had a dream to have a place to help people, and now my dream is coming true. And I had a vision like rooms here, this here, a kitchen, and this and that, and then everything is coming true. So this is another prayer that God is answering me, you know.
Yeah.
And it's great feeling because I know one of these days, these years, I'm gonna let this body. I'm gonna die because uh, we don't want to die, but it's, I mean, stepping of reality is something that we all gonna do sooner or later. Uh, uh, but when that time comes for me, I know, and I'm sure, and I'm convinced that God is gonna help me through all you guys to see this a decent place for the homeless to live, and it's gonna be a legacy from all of us to someone else, other generations, continue doing this, continue helping people, because this is in many ways one of the steps that Jesus wants to follow, you know,
Yeah.
to help others and to serve others, to serve God, and it's great. I know, I'm sure, and when that time comes, believe me, I'm gonna go happy.
Yeah. No, I love
I'm
that.
gonna go happy.
Kira was wanting to come do something like this and just go help out. And then she got a text from Marilyn, and I think David and Marilyn, they're definitely answering a lot of prayers. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that was amazing because first, when I first meet Marilyn and David, they came with when Niños de Baja, and then she was publishing on Facebook that uh, about creating a 2025 expedition for families group,
Yeah.
and I go, this is a great thing and a brilliant idea and a huge thing because I mean there's a lot of goodwill people like you guys, and sometimes we want to do something, but we don't got the game to play.
For sure.
And when you got a game to play, oh, believe me, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
You enjoy it.
Yep.
And this is the best part of being alive. That you gotta enjoy everything or anything you do. Enjoy life, enjoy your kids, enjoy your wife, enjoy your job, enjoy your trip. If you enjoy when you go to the beach, enjoy your food, enjoy everything.
Yeah.
So that's basically enjoy and be happy. I mean, we already, as in some parts of our lives, I believe uh, we all cry and suffer for anything. So guess what? It's time to stop suffering and be happy. Now it's time to be happy and enjoy life and enjoy what we're doing. And this is great. This is great because that's when human beings uh, have less worries and less stress.
Yeah.
Because when you do something you like, stress goes away.
Yeah.
And that's actually, I think, is the best part because uh, when you're doing something that you like, it is uh, I don't know how to say the word, pero maybe awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Yes, I
Yeah,
agree.
maybe awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And see something that you feel it here.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So
Yeah.
so that's one of the other things that I like to operate too. Not only targets and goals and purpose in life, but I like to operate in other two things too. Like if something makes sense and it's logical, I take that.
Yeah.
I take that. See,
I
amigo.
agree. Well, thank you so much, Alejandro.
No, thank you.
We really
amigo.
appreciate it, and
Thank
we'll
you,
be
guys.
we'll be in touch.
See?
And I friended you on Facebook,
Oh, cool.
so if you accept that, then we'll be able to communicate. And
see, I haven't seen it, but I will see it because I was like.
oh yeah, you were working hard when we got
See.
here. No. Yeah, we appreciate it, and if you need anything, let us know, and we'll get this out to as many people as possible, and just keep doing what you do.
See, cool. No, thanks
Yeah.
a lot.
Thank you.
I will, because let me tell you something, amigo. What you guys do, and what you're doing over here, you and your wife. Guess what? Guess what? That's what I'm doing to me. Is flowing power to me.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and that's what we gotta do, amigo. We gotta flow
appreciate it.
power to people.
Yeah.
Because we're strong beings, and you guys are special beings, and we got a lot of potential, and we're infinity beings with infinity abilities. And
Yeah.
so let's
Make it happen.
make it happen.
That's awesome.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you, Alejandro.